Getting of Group J Argentina's title defence begins Algeria, return to the world, got for the first time in a dozen years. The sun setting on the 6th day. This continental 2026 FIFA World Cup, and the world turns its eyes to the USA soccer capital, the heartland, on this temperate evening in Kansas City. Built in 1972, Kansas City Stadium should play host to about 76,000 on this day city. Defined by soccer for the better part of half a century. Home to Sporting Kansas City in Major League Soccer. Kansas City Current of the National Women's Soccer League. The FIFA World Cup comes to Kansas City for the first time. Very special, yes. You choose to be a very pleasant good evening with Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, Mike Watts on hand. You and I have been now in Kansas City for the better part of 3-4 days. This is fever pitch that we're experiencing now, but it's built toward this. The atmosphere should be brilliant. It should be absolutely fantastic. And I think even coming to the game today, 3-4 hours before kickoff, the atmosphere is already building. And as you say, even in the few days before that, around in Kansas, and seen a lot of Argentina shirts, I must admit. Not so to many of the Algeria ones, but they've turned out in their numbers, and it's fantastic to see. Planet Beer Pack a bitch the echoes for Al Chariot described, and maybe a 15% Algerian crack. Since the likes of Patrick, my homes, the Kansas City Chiefs, famed quarterback in attendance, if there's a celebrity in America that loves the beautiful game, they're probably going to be in the venue tonight. And the reason is rather obvious. It's the reigning World Cup champion. It's maybe the greatest player of all time, 20 years on. From his World Cup debut, Lionel Messi, and Argentina lead this Group J alongside Algeria, Austria and Jordan. Surely Argentina, the favourite, but they've been very quick to say this match could cause a lot of trouble. Yeah, and they know, because they've been there 4 years when they lost to Saudi Arabia. So they know that absolutely nothing is a given coming into this game. So they have to perform, and yes, they are the overwhelming favourites. There's no doubt about that. But Algeria, not just to make up the numbers, but to try and cause an upset tonight. For so many years, Lionel Messi was at the fate of unmet expectation. Finally, he wins the World Cup trophy. Now there's expectations. Previously unmet for 62 years. How did they possibly go back-to-back that journey? It starts tonight. Yeah, it's huge. I think only Italy and Brazil are the only other national sides to do that. So it's no mean feat, whether it be in a World Cup or domestic competitions. Every player knows that going back-to-back is one of the most difficult things to do. And for me, they've probably got a bit of an aging team. Not much has changed, which in one way is good. But maybe you could argue that the turnover, that the young blood coming in hasn't quite been quick enough, but we'll see. And when you've got a player like Lionel Messi in your team, you've always got a chance, because he can bring up some magic bit. You know he's had it. Season this, she know he's up to nick a familiar face. The referee from Poland to 45-year-old Simo Martiniak, his third world, cop the oversaw Argentina's triumph in the sail. Against France, Argentina's Rabbit's 16th picture. Against Australia in a group stage match in Moscow. Against Iceland. In 2018, Tomasz Wielkowski, the VAR from Poland. An Argentina team, by its experience, Courtney 6 of the 11. Starting today, started the final in 2022. Yeah, I think for me, Enzo Fernandez is going to be one of the most important players. Messi is a wonderful footballer, still be slowing down. Gets the first touch for Argentina, more underway in Kansas City, Algeria and Argentina. Didn't for the overlap, doesn't quite work. You can see in terms of that passage, Lionel Messi. The flag is up, it's deemed offside. It was nearly a dream. That's a moment he'd like to forget. I think that Argentina, right-hand side, the... Story is for Algeria. Far in his shady orbits, the scoring and stunning fashion. Eternally turned the tables on the reigning champion. Algeria ahead in Kansas City, sliced away before Messi could collect. Free kick to Algeria, painfully won. And wins a free kick off Montreal. Well, you were excited to see it. Noré, now I see why, haha. Yeah, watched him many times in the Premier League. Scored in the pre-tournament, friendly a winner at his home stadium in the Netherlands. We're on the side. It's 200th cap, his 6th World Cup, another majestic moment. For we have no mercy. He makes football on the playing forward. I see only play 20 minutes. In the 2, it's been lax today's goal from the back Montreal. And that takes us to a hydration break on a temperate night in Kansas City. Lionel Messi scores a brilliant 17th minute. Go ahead. Argentina 1, Algeria 0. Well, Algeria felt like they'd go toe-to-toe with Argentina in the opening minutes, and it led to quite entertaining start. Both sides a goal ultimately deemed offside. In effect, at the FIFA World Cup, teams have found ways to try and alter momentum. If you're Algerian, pressure from Messi building forward. Luxton, Monday seam. Too much of a bad challenge, but I do think there's no malice in it, just on the foul from Guiri. You mentioned his frustration. He's touched the ball, the least of any player on the field. Just 5 touches. I think the problem for me is as well. Now I would imagine, so I mean, everything that the doctors and the physios can do now in terms of, I see the strappings, the injections and everything else. It shouldn't cause him too much pain, but the less he has to do, the better. That's always the case. That's it. It's a cheeky one. So is it down now? Position Messi. Return couldn't slip by Mondi. Cleans it up, and the offside flag was raised. Never to head. Angled across Martinez, carding the post. فارس راح فارس أوي عملت الصح والصعب والسهل، ما عملتش سهل. حبيت أقول تضربها في الإطار مع المرمى. والله هذا الرجل هذا، يا سبحان الله، الأرضية أوي. فارس شاهين مرة ثانية يطلب في العمق الأمامي. حذاري يا رفيق، حذاري يا رفيق. وفي خطأ. الحكم لصالح المنتخب الأرجنتيني، العالية المرفوعة من هنالك. I'm flying, miss you. I see you. I won't tell them I tell. I can't be stopped from here to show what I tell for the love I'm getting. I'm in the desert. شكرا للزملاء، وسيكون هنالك تفاهم وثقة أكبر بينهم، ثم يحاولون أن يبحثوا عن بعضهم البعض، وبالتالي هذا ما يمكن أن نشاهده في المباراة القادمة، ولكن مع الإرهاق وكذلك الطقس ربما يتسبب في بعض الإرهاق الإضافي في الشوط الثاني. Gets Patrick Mahomes up out of his seat. They do well, Argentina, here to win it back. Little back Messi pursues Hondi. Sweeps it clear, Martinez swipes by Zidane. Where is suffering? Getting the Berkeley the service all the way across. Never got to Gonzalez. Really an intersection. But Monday, it really is. And you always run the danger in opposition. And you're going to turn it into your own net. He knows that pickup. Watson got it home. That's 2 for Messi. The second leading scorer in the history of the World Cup now. And Argentina's talisman delivers yet again. As the right place and the right time, this be the moment set on. Just enough to whisk away Messi's effort toward a hat-trick. Well, the whole stadium held his breath. But you slide it centrally, and this shot runs wide of Emi Martinez. That's as good a chance as Algeria's had in the half. Howard off the mark. Former French international back in 2020, a singular cap. Regretted that decision, ultimately. Debut in 2023 for Algeria as we reach the second half hydration break in Kansas City. Messi twice, Argentina 2, Algeria 0. Would, but... And that was the moment, wasn't it, for Messi, where everyone was on their feet, everyone held their breath, thinking that a little bit of history was going to be made tonight, but all credit to Zidane. He doesn't go down too quickly. He stays big for as long as he can, and big hand to push it away from goal in the end. And the call. Here we go, and one surprising spectator. Ha ha ha! Zinedine Zidane looks on Luka assist. His first World Cup hat-trick, and it's a record setter. One of one. McAllister provides quite the moving screen. Very much a body check, wasn't it? This is a full... But now 69th of 45. With the expanded field that they've placed here in Kansas City. That's a sellout. Massa being attended to. It's on the Gonzalez. Well, Vladimir Pekovic said. Coming in. That's a free kick, seated in a very dangerous place to Alwar. Alistair isn't happy with this decision. After all, he's still pleading his innocence. It's Mayers off the wall of his own. Into stoppage time. It's play out all over again. This time they'll have a line in that play that be a problem for them in the end. They also would, but... And that was the moment, wasn't it, for Messi, where everyone was on their feet, everyone held their breath, thinking that little bit of history was going to be made. But all credit to Zidane. He doesn't go down too quickly. He stays big for as long as he can, and big hand to push it away from goal in the end.